Have questions about your baby. I know you do because all parents have a load of new questions about their baby and feel a little bit overwhelmed with all the things that nobody ever told them when it came to taking care of their baby. And so what I've done is I've created a really short course for parents. It's called Brand New Baby, and it walks you through exactly what to expect each week of your baby's development for the first 2 months. We talk through everything from feeding to sleeping to rashes and fevers and having visitors and pacifiers and all the different questions that nobody ever told you the answers to. So if you're a new parent or know a parent that is, check out Brand New Baby. This is a clip from the Brand New Baby course, and I would love for you to join us. Check the link below so that you can join and get that confidence and peace that you need to enjoy time with your baby more. In the meantime, keep up the good work. Hey everyone, welcome to the Brand New Baby course. In this video, we're going to talk about those first moments with baby. Now, we're going to talk about preparing for the hospital and then what it's going to be like the first days in the hospital. I'm going to skip the labor and delivery part. I will leave that to your obstetrician and just talk about like what do we need to bring to the hospital for baby, what to expect in the first days in the hospital, and then what to do when you go home so that you have an idea of like what things are going to look like and where to go from here. Parents are often worried they'll forget something that they need. They'll be at the hospital and be like Jim and Pam from The Office where the car seat is in the car and then Jim brings in the whole thing with the base and everything and it's not installed. They're worried that they're going to forget something that's critical. They're going to bring way too much gear and look like, who are these people bringing a pack and play to the hospital? Or they won't know what to do. I actually had some parents that wanted me to review their bag to make sure that they had the things that they needed. Like they came in for a prenatal visit, they brought their hospital bags so that I could check out their gear, which I was happy to do. I like people that are prepared. I think it's easier to be prepared than to be underprepared. You're obviously the type that likes to prepare because you're watching this video series and either have a brand new baby or expecting a new baby. But what I'm going to reassure you of is that you will have what you need, and that parents have been delivering babies for a long time without all the bells and whistles, without an Amazon Prime cart full of things to deliver that you bring to the hospital with you. And I will be honest with you, there's lots of parents that bring nothing to the hospital, and the hospital provides everything that you need. So bottom line to start with is that you do not need to bring very much to the hospital for baby. What this means is bring a couple cute outfits to do. I know that you'll want to take pictures and share them with family and friends and post them on social media so that everybody can see your cute new baby. Having a cute outfit or two, having a swaddling blanket is helpful, both because you want a cute picture and a cute swaddled blanket, obviously, but also because I think swaddling is hugely helpful for babies. And if you look through the rest of this course or check out my Facebook or YouTube page, you will find my swaddling video. It has over 1 million views, and it's literally a dad held the camera over my head and took a video of me swaddling his baby, and it worked like a charm. It's just right outside from my exam rooms here. And it is a video that I send all new parents to so that they can get the swaddle down perfect, because it's a little bit tricky, but once you get it perfect, baby sleeps great. So bring a swaddling blanket, bring some cute outfits, bring a car seat. You don't need to like bring the car seat in when you go to get the baby. You can go back out to the parking garage to grab your car seat after delivery. It's kind of a lot of things to bring from room to room, from your labor and delivery room up to the hospital, like the postpartum room, if you bring that. So I would just leave the car seat installed in the car and then bring it up before you go home. It's one less thing to have in the room. It's like, when you bring all the stuff into the hotel room suddenly gets much smaller. Well, this is the hospital room where it already is small. So leave those things in the car. If that makes sense, if that gives you a little peace of mind about what to bring to the hospital, just comment yes below so that I know that I'm on the right track. And if you have a question like, should we bring this? The answer is probably no, but feel free to ask in the comments below. And get the peace of mind that there really isn't that much that you need to bring to the hospital. They take care of everything there. It's, like your insurance typically covers all those things. So why not use the diapers and wipes and stuff that the hospital provides? Now, the second thing that I wanted to cover is what to do in the first days after baby arrives. The main headline that I'm going to leave you with is in the first 24 hours, rest, recover, feed the baby, and that's about all you need to do. Now, once baby arrives, what you'll see is that typically they have this window where they're really awake, they're alert. If you're planning on breastfeeding, then it's a perfect opportunity to try feeding because baby will often be really vigorous and ready to eat. They just went through the process of delivery, so they're ready for feeding. They usually will latch on pretty well as parents figure all of that out. And then soon after, you'll get moved upstairs and baby will hibernate. Like for 24 hours, they will be sleepy. They won't eat a lot. You'll wonder if you just got the perfect baby because all they do is sleep. That is your time to rest, recover, and catch up on your own sleep because most parents do not get a full night's rest before they have a baby. They're tired, they're exhausted from the process of delivery, and so resting and recovering is really the main objective in the first 24 hours. Feeding baby when able as well, so that baby can learn how to feed. But most babies don't eat a lot in the first 24 hours. Most babies sleep a lot in the first 24 hours. I often come in the morning and find that parents are like, we got the perfect baby. She slept all night. She's a great sleeper. You know, everybody said it was going to be terrible, but she slept great. We got tons of rest. And I tell the guys that's awesome that you got a good night's sleep. But I pretty much can guarantee that you will not get as much rest tonight on night 2 in the hospital because baby after 24 hours of age really wakes up and then they want to feed and they want to feed frequently. Cluster feeding helps to bring your milk in, and so baby will demand feeds like every 10 minutes, every 30 minutes, every hour. And so try and get that rest in the first 24 hours as much as you can so that you're ready for that second night in the hospital when baby's up a lot to feed. So I come back the next day and they're like, yeah, you were right. He was up a lot. He wanted to eat a lot. And that's totally normal because when baby arrives, your milk is not in. When you leave the hospital, your milk is just starting to come in. So baby helps to jumpstart that by demanding feedings a lot. Emptying of the breasts helps to make more milk and to stimulate milk production. Baby helps that out by cluster feeding and wanting to feed frequently. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's something that parents often don't quite put together. So I try and kind of fill in the gaps there that frequent emptying leads to more milk production. Comment yes below if all that is making sense. And the third thing along the same topic that I want to leave you with before you leave the hospital is your baby will lose weight. And this is something that parents don't get told enough and don't get reassured enough. And I usually come in the morning and baby's down a certain percentage from their birth weight. That's kind of how we figured out because 2 ounces down for a 9-pound baby is a lot different than 2 ounces down for a 6-pound baby or 12 ounces down or whatever it might be. So we kind of express it typically in percent from birth weight. Most babies lose between 2 and 4% in their first 24 hours. Most babies lose between 5 and 8% in the next 24 hours after that. And most babies lose about 10% of their birth weight before they start to gain weight. So by the time you go home from the hospital, it's typical that your baby is down anywhere from 5 to 10% from their birth weight, which equates to, a good 6 to 10 ounces, something like that. It depends on obviously what your baby started at, which is why we use the percentages just to help standardize things and make it clear. Parents are often told by the nurse, your baby is down this much weight, and they're left to feel like, oh my gosh, I've done something wrong. Why is the baby losing weight? That can't be right. Babies are supposed to gain weight. Well, it's totally normal and expected. Babies come with extra weight, extra water on board so they don't get dehydrated. That is how nature intended it. You don't have milk to offer baby. You don't have to supplement if you don't want to. You can expect that as baby nurses, as baby feeds, baby will quickly turn things around and start gaining weight, which is why we have you come into the office after you go home from the hospital so that we can check and make sure weight isn't getting too low. There's sometimes we need to supplement or do some other measures like triple feeding to encourage baby to gain weight and for your milk to come in a little bit faster to make sure that we don't get dehydrated or anything like that. But it's very typical for babies to lose weight. It is 100% the case. I've never seen a baby that didn't lose weight in the hospital, and all babies should lose weight. If I was told by the nurse baby didn't lose weight, baby gained weight or something like that, then I would just assume and be sure that they got the baby's birth weight wrong because all babies lose weight. It's totally normal. It's totally expected, and there's nothing to worry about or have any concern over that weight loss. We watch it carefully to make sure that it doesn't become a problem. And then you're going to go home from the hospital. And so those first days in the hospital, I mean, there's lots of other things, but they'll take you all through that. Those are high points that I want you to know, because oftentimes those are things that parents worry about. What to bring to the hospital, what to do for sleeping and feeding in the first 24 hours, and then the weight loss. Those are the big things that I hear about, and I know that a lot of parents have questions about. So I try and cover those so that you feel comfortable going into it, knowing what to expect. You're going to take baby home, you're going to swaddle baby up, you're going to feed baby every 2 to 3 hours, flat on the back to sleep. If you want to learn more, I do have a safe sleep workshop that I've created. It's free. It just takes you through all the safe sleep guidelines. That's tough to say. Safe sleep guidelines, so that you know the bottom line is flat on their back on their own safe sleep surface. You can swaddle them up with their arms at the side. They don't need any blankets or pillows or stuffed animals or any other cute objects in their crib or bassinet with them. Safest place for them to sleep is flat on their back on their own sleeping surface. Bottom line, that's the whole safe sleep workshop in a nutshell. If you want to, there'll be a link below so that you can watch and get even more information, but those are the bottom lines from it. And if you have more questions, drop a comment below and we can answer any questions that you might have. But this is a super exciting time. It's really fun. I love getting to see new parents in the hospital and going home from the hospital, and the first time they come into clinic, they usually don't have any questions that first time they come into clinic because they just went home from the hospital. They have been exhausted and they don't even know to ask questions or what to think, because all they're doing is feeding baby, sleeping, feeding baby, sleeping. So I would just encourage you, as you go through these first days, focus on sleep, focus on rest and recovery. Don't worry about getting too many pictures. Don't worry about getting everything right or focusing on tummy time or anything like that. We'll talk about tummy time. We'll talk about what to do in the coming weeks, but just focus on getting rest, getting baby fed, and getting sleep for yourself and recovering from the whole delivery process. In the next video, we're going to talk about what to do with feeding and sleeping in the first weeks of life, and what to do if you are concerned about your baby. How can you tell that something could be wrong with your baby? Now, the vast majority of the time, there's nothing wrong with babies and they're perfectly healthy, but I'm going to walk through exactly what to know and what to look for if you're concerned that maybe something's not right about your baby. Do we need to call our baby's doctor and go from there? Keep up the good work, and if you're getting ready to go to the hospital and you've been all prepared and you're watching these in advance, good luck with delivery, and we'll see you again soon.